Hi folks, it's Andrew here from Home Theatre Engineering, and I guess one day this will all pass, but at the moment we're right in the middle of the COVID-19 coronavirus event, for want of a better term, and I'm doing this video from home. One of the things that's occurred to us is, of course, that even for ourselves, looks like we'll be slowly having to reconsider how we operate our retail space, and that might one day have to come to an end. At least for now. And we'll still be serving our customers via video and email and internet and phone. But this raised a really good question, and that is, if people are going to start buying wholly and solely online, then that is fraught with danger. And we thought we'd talk about why that is. When you go to buy something, you look for advice from somewhere. A lot of people look to us for advice, and we'll talk about that more in a minute. But if you're purely buying online, you're stuck with reviews, customer reviews and reviewer reviews, and you have to work out whether those reviews have value or weight or not. But there's another bigger question, and that is whether or not that product is actually suited to your room. For example, and I'll use an absurd example, but you decide that you're going to get into racing Formula One cars, and you read all the reviews and the reports, and you buy the very best Formula One car, you take it home, and you take it home to go four-wheel driving. Well, Formula One cars don't make great four-wheel drives. They're very low to the ground for starters. So the point, though absurd as it is, applies very much to home theatre. Just because something's got a great review doesn't mean it's suitable for your room. Getting the world's best reviewed 5.1 processor when you have 20 channels, or vice versa, is pointless. Getting a really well reviewed amplifier when it doesn't have enough power to get you to reference level, to your 105 dB SPL at your listening position, that's pointless. If you haven't got the speakers that work with the amplifier, that can be pointless. So it's really important now to make sure that you approach this from effectively a holistic approach, which is kind of why we do our room designs. It's not that we love doing three-dimensional drawings and whacking seats and things in there. It's because we know that as we go through the process, we then have to consider, well, if we put that speaker there, what's that distance to the seat? And what's the sensitivity of that speaker? And then what amplifier do we need to drive that speaker? And how many channels have we got? And which processor will do that? And what size projector are we going to put in because we want this size screen, and how far do the seats need to be from the screen? No amount of reviews will sit there and say, this is the right product for you. They will talk about all sorts of details on the product, and yes, it may indicate that it's a product that is good or bad, but think about it, how many really bad reviews have you ever read? Most of them are at least good to exceptionally good. The other thing is, who's doing the reviewing? With audio products especially, that's a little harder to measure, and so it becomes very much a matter of opinion of the person doing the review. Ironically, I've seen and read reviews, and I've looked at the photos of the room in which they're reviewing, and there's absolutely no way they could be listening to those speakers in their best performing environment, because the room is just horrendous. So you really have to think very carefully about the products you're going to select. So, find yourself a professional, find yourself someone who does a proper room design, because home theatre and audio is not one product. It is not a standalone process. It is not, it's like going down to the shops and buying each link of a chain from a different store. As you well know, the weakest link in that chain will be the one that gives up. So, it's very important that if you want a great result, you look at everything. You look at your seats, you look at your screen, you look at your projector or TV, you look at the acoustic treatment in the room. Please, folks, I don't know how many times I've said this on video now, the room is the boss. It determines how your picture will look and your sound will sound, or your audio will sound, and there's no escaping that. Before you leap into spending a fortune on equipment, spend a little bit of money on getting your room right. Okay, that's absolutely worth it. It doesn't matter, what you're doing. but give consideration to the room. Then look at your seats, look at your distances, look at your viewing angles, look at your speaker positions, and start to get that formula together. So I think that's really what I wanted to say. You know, online shopping's great. I use it all the time, you know, and I'm as much like the next person. I go online to look for product, but the product has to work together. And also, you know, bear in mind, especially at the moment, there are so many considerations, shipping across borders at the moment. Look, getting warranty support, you know, which companies are going to be there. There's going to be a lot of questions that are going to come out of this whole coronavirus event. But I would say that whatever you do, make it a considered choice, and you know, look at what is best for you, right? Not what's best for the retailer, and don't just buy something because it's cheap. There's a lot of people with cheap stuff in their garage or their cupboards that they simply don't use. You know, I discovered the other day I've got 4 vacuum cleaners. Why, I don't know, but you know, at one time or other I've picked it up for a various reason, and you know, I guess I've got one for work sites and one for this and one for that, but you know, who needs 4 vacuum cleaners? Again, you know, I just really want to encourage people to take like an aerial view of your home theatre or audio project and make sure that it's all making sense, okay? And you know, I wish you well. We obviously, from our point as a business, we are here for people all around the world. So if you need your room designed, if you want the system looked at as an integrated whole, if you want help with working out where to put your subwoofers and your seats, and you want help with acoustic panel placement, then contact us. I mean, that's what we do. And certainly at this time, whilst we might sort of be locked down a little bit, we definitely are able to help you, and we're definitely able to help you wherever you are in the world. So, you know, luckily the laws of physics don't change from here to, gee, I know, Timbuktu, for example. Wherever you are, the same rules apply. And yeah, don't just trust us either. Go and do some research, do some reading. I'm always talking about Floyd Toole's book, Sound Reproduction. Get a copy of that, and you know, do your homework. So there you go. The perils of online shopping and online reviews. Be careful. Don't just buy something because it sounds great or looks great. Make sure you're buying it because it fits your needs. That is the most important thing. There will probably be a lot of bargains. There'll also be a lot of price rises. So I would say think carefully and consider thoughtfully. And you know, certainly for our survival as a business, we'll put up a hand and say, look, you know, if you need help, this is where you can find us, folks. All right, hometheatreengineering.com. Obviously, as always, like, subscribe, comment, and the one good thing is hopefully we'll get a few more videos out because as things get a bit quieter, we'll have time to do some of the videos we've always wanted to. Thanks again for sticking with us. This is Andrew from Home Theatre Engineering. Talk to you soon.